where do you innovate? Not just product, but it could be also process innovation, could be a service innovation, pricing, business model, or a go-to-market. Facebook is a great example of another business model, and Google was maybe the one that came up with that business model before Facebook, which is that Facebook and Google and YouTube, all of these guys provide their service for free, but they make their money from the advertisements that they sell from people watching it. So that's, again, a great innovation of business model. So Samsung used to be considered as a copycat company. They would copy a lot of designs, innovations, etc. But as you can see, Samsung was moving very much and enforcing itself as a key innovator in the economy. And they're coming up with a lot of ideas. They've come up with different innovations, such as this flexible screen. Who's involved in innovation? Is it just you? Is it the team? You, definitely you as leaders of your organizations, have a big role to play in demonstrating that you believe in innovation, that you're supporting innovation. Of course, your teams have a big role to play as well. As we were talking earlier with Pakinam, that your teams are interfacing with different entities, specifically with clients. So it's a great way to make sure that you hear all of your teams' inputs. Your suppliers, again, innovate. Why don't you ask your suppliers to come in and tell you how do they feel you could improve your relationship and be able to innovate what you're doing together. And your users and clients. This is a very important new mode of innovation, and you find a lot of companies getting involved in what is called now co-creation, where they co-create along with the crowd, with their users or their clients. And using social media these days, it's not that difficult to do that, to listen, to hear out, from your users and clients their own feedback about what you can do to innovate. So when do you innovate? When does innovation have the best chances for success? Well, as we discussed in the first question when we first started talking about the session, innovation, if approached from a blanket offering, targeting the whole public, its chances of success are really, really slim. So what you need to do is focus your energy on finding or focusing on innovation that reaches a target segment that really has an appreciation for what you have to offer. And as you can see over here, any kind of innovation that is introduced to the market, you'll find that 2.5% on average, according to Rogers' innovation adoption curve, are innovators, are people that love technology, they love to try new things, and they would love to go and take your offering and try it out. But that's only 2.5% of the whole population. These innovators, if they're happy and they talk around and they become ambassadors of your new innovation, they will help you to reach the next chunk of population called the early adopters. And that's another big chunk, a bigger chunk of people that love innovation, that are keen on trying something new, but they don't want to necessarily be the first people that try it. And that's why they would come only after the innovators. Now, a lot of innovations have a challenge of crossing the chasm between the early adopters and the early majority. So a lot of companies stop here, and they're not able to reach the masses of people. So you could take an example of Facebook, which started off initially in Harvard with a very niche set of students there, population. From that, they expanded to other universities. As they started to expand into universities, they became more and more aware. More people started to use it. And then with time, they were able to cross. And they basically now cover the whole spectrum of people that they've been able to reach. But there are many other attempts that haven't reached that far, that only got to a point where they got to this niche, but they weren't able to go into the masses. So that's a very big challenge for companies. And an example of another kind of innovation around service is from the Ritz-Carlton. The Ritz-Carlton is one of the best service organizations, and they've always been able to innovate on service. And one of the examples is that recently, one of the case studies were showing that they empower any employee in the Ritz with $2,000 to please a customer. So if any customer is unhappy, any employee has the ability to pay out of their pocket $2,000 to make that customer happy. So try to apply some of these tips and approaches to your innovation in your business, and we really encourage you to sit with your team, have a discussion.